Wow. 7-0 Seattle Sounders to Cruz Azul. Now, I want to talk Cruz Azul in this one. I'll talk Sounders later, but I want to focus on Cruz Azul. What the Sounders did to Cruz Azul, whoo! It's the worst international loss in the history of Liga MX at the hands of Major League Soccer. The Seattle Sounders are a formidable team. Take nothing away from the Sounders. You guys know I used to play for the Sounders. I'm a big fan of the Sounders. Go Sounders. But the way they dominated in this game, and I want to get into a bunch of things. 7 goals, touchdown, extra point is good. On Cruz Azul, the CONCACAF Champions Cup winners who decimated the Vancouver Whitecaps, dropped a hand on them, okay? Who played their A team, who were taking this game seriously. In Seattle, 0-0 at halftime, came out and were smashed. 7-0, 6 different goal scores. 6 different goal scores. Now, I hear things out there like, because I'm a guy who, when this happens, it's on the coach. It's on the coach. You got to stop the bleeding. And I said that. Nicolas Larcamón isn't the coach for this team. Medianito. He's a good coach for teams like Puebla, Necaxa, even a León. To be on a team like Cruz Azul, you got to have a special type of weight about you. I don't believe he has that. And the bar is set so high. Martin Anselmi, Vicente Sanchez, who they fired, who they let go, who really only lost 1 game of importance. And that was a series against Club America, leading up to the Liga MX final. That was it. That was it. They eliminated Club America in their lead up to a CONCACAF Champions Cup. A title, by the way, that Martin Anselmi did not get. And here's Vicente Sanchez, who had a ridiculous record, only lost, I believe, like 3 games, 2 games. I'm not even sure. It was so good. And you go for, because he's a different style of coach, he's a more aesthetic coach, you go for Nicolas Larcamón. You can't have 7 dropped on you in the second half. You can't be dominated in that way. And they're going to say, well, they lost the game in 3 minutes. That's where it fell apart. It's un accidente, like Osorio, Juan Carlos Osorio with Mexico in the 7-0 against Chile in the Copa America. No, you can't have that happen. This is a Leagues Cup format, and I don't like it, but it's a Leagues Cup format where you play 3 games, and you compete in those 3 games against, if you're Liga MX, MLS opposition. And then you compete within Liga MX for 4 spots with 17 other teams. So if you lose the first game, you're pretty much out. And if you're not out, it comes to goal differential. If that's going to be your saving grace, it comes to goal differential, which then you start saying it's 3-0 down. I got to stop the bleeding. You don't go 7. You don't go 7. The lack of reaction, the first subs from Larcamón came in at the 70th minute. The Seattle Sounders are far from the dominant Seattle Sounders of old. Jordan Morris, the best player, not on the field. You've got guys, big players, not there. You've got difference makers not on the field, and they dropped 7 on you. I understand that Cruz Azul can have a bad night. I understand there's still maybe 1 reinforcement short. Talk about Jovic. He's not coming. But you've got Giacomakis and Toro Fernandez, who both high signing players, not on the field because you're waiting for them to go. You're pretty much shipping them. They're out the door. There's been malpractice there already, and it's being reflected on the field. The richest roster today in Liga MX is Cruz Azul's. They have the richest roster. And if you don't believe me, one of their signings, Giacomakis, the Greek player, came from Atlanta United, who Atlanta United fleeced Cruz Azul. Giacomakis and Atlanta United came out like bandits on that one. $10 million sale for Atlanta United. $13.2 million go to the player over a 4-year deal. That is net, by the way. That is net. Okay? That is net. I mean, Cruz Azul are taking care of those taxes. $1 million goes to the agent. One of the representatives, I should say. 1.3 goes to another to another representative. And then there is a $3.3 million signing bonus, a total of $28.8 million on one player. That's the type of money Cruz Azul was operating with. This is one of the worst losses in the history of Ligue MX, and certainly for Cruz Azul, it's a damning defeat. And for Larcamón, I'm not saying he's going to get fired, but from this moment on, he can't have one more slip up in Ligue, one more slip up in League's Cup, one more slip up in whatever the case may be. And those slip ups are bad losses. You can lose, that's part of the game. But this man right now, besides being on fraud watch, he's literally on the hot seat. Ivan Alonso, the architect of this project, is on the hot seat because it's been Martin Anselmi and how that ended, how that he went out. It's been Vicente Sanchez and the malpractice there with letting Vicente Sanchez leave or wanting him out. It's been one after the other. So they're both right now on the hot seat. Say what you will about League's Cup. Say what you will about the format and how terrible it is. And I agree with you. But even more so in favor of you can't have a 7-0 game. You can't not stop the bleeding in time. You can't wait until the 70th minute to try to react. There are accidents in football, accidentes, absolutely. This was not one of them. This was a dominant Seattle Sounders. They dominated you in expected goal. They dominated you in possession. They took the ball away from you. Seattle Sounders, who's not known for being a high possession team. In fact, when they play against Mexican opposition, they'll sit and they'll wait and they'll counter. They'll be in transition. They beat you however they wanted it. With the ball, when you gave them the ball, or when they took it from you, and then they beat you in transition. And then they beat you in set pieces. And then they beat you with hunger. And then they beat you with literally just heart. It's one of the worst losses I've seen from Cruz Azul. And Cruz Azul's had a 7-0 loss at the hands of America. But the Seattle Sounders, MLS team, who I take nothing away, in Mexico, this is one of those games that they call a saca técnicos. That literally, it puts the head of the DT, el técnico, on the guillotine. And if it isn't right now one of those that costs him his job, it certainly puts him on the edge or on the verge of crazy.